So just a few hours from the time I'm recording this video right now, I got done watching the Nintendo E3 2018 conference. To those guys that watched the live stream with Ross, thank you for tuning in. I'm very sorry there was that echo. I should have done some more testing with OBS. But hopefully I'll have that resolved the next time I decide to do a live reaction stream of any kind. But I am glad that it worked as well as it did. I was glad that even though I was connected to the internet wirelessly at my house, it was still able to work really well. So hopefully things will get better next time. But anyway, as you could see from this Mario beanie I'm wearing and the intro that me and my sister created, we're definitely going to talk about Nintendo's E3 conference, which was really freaking short, to be quite blunt. I mean, yeah, you might have saw on the screen, me and Ross were very flabbergasted that it ended where it ended, and where it did, we'll get to it in this live, not this live stream, but this video, the games that really caught my attention during the Nintendo Direct for E3 2018. I might do a separate video for third parties because they're, even for this video, we're talking about mainly the games shown in the actual Nintendo Direct. There's still quite a bit to say, but without further ado, let's get into the games that are shown off. I don't really know if I want to include gameplay footage. I may put stills in this video to show you what they look like, because the gameplay footage is kind of risky when it comes to Nintendo. I really only do that on like super special occasions. Not that E3 in itself isn't a special occasion at all. It's just that I don't want to have to deal with copyright issues 99% of the time when I make Nintendo videos. So yeah, I mean, just as far as the conference, I'm not going to say it was bad, but it was kind of underwhelming. And part of it, admittedly, is kind of my fault. I was kind of going off. I wanted to see if this conference was going to match up with the list that Dreamcast guy got from this other person, and clearly it did not follow that list. Some of the announcements were correct, like, Super Smash Brothers and what was the other one? Fortnite. But as far as especially the order of the things that were announced, it was very, very off. The list promised things like, oh, we're going to see an F-Zero game, the Yoshi game, which I'll get into that, and the next Metroid Prime game, which was curiously not called Metroid Prime 4 on the list. And yeah, those three games were not shown in the Nintendo Direct. I don't even know if they're shown, because I checked the Nintendo's E3 website, and yeah, they didn't show them. So, but we'll get into my qualms with the presentation as we toward the end of this video. So, the first game that we'll talk about here, I'm not going to go in order of the announced. This is just completely on me, not in the order of how excited me, it's just as it is, but I will save easily the most exciting game for the end. So the first game I'll talk about is Fortnite is coming to Switch. I mean, I'm glad to hear that. I kind of, I'm more glad in terms of business perspective, because Battle Royale is blowing up. I know people are getting sick of it, but I think it definitely is important for Nintendo to have one of the biggest names in Battle Royale. And now that Fortnite has kind of stole PUBG's thunder. As somebody who doesn't have too much experience with Battle Royale, I did try to play it for about 5 or 10 minutes on my own Switch, and I didn't really get anywhere. I'm glad that I didn't get shot right out of the sky in the first 5 minutes, but I feel like I'm going to have to do my own research to get into Battle Royales, because I think, admittedly, I should get into playing more online games. I just got to get in the groove of playing online games purely for the sake of fun, not for the glory. Which, if you guys follow my Olympic coverage, I guess you could say it's kind of like what Olympic founder Pierre de Coubertin said, you know, about what matters is the determination of what matters in the Olympics is taking part, not the glory. You know, the kind of the idea that the good the reward is not the triumph but the struggle. I guess you could say kind of like that, just to kind of mix in my Olympic coverage. But basically, what I'm trying to say is, just playing it for fun, not for the glory. Because I can assure you, like probably 99% of the battle royale matches I'll ever play in my lifetime, I'll probably die. I'll never be the last man standing. But Fortnite does seem like a lot of fun. I mean, yes, it's a shooter. But one thing that really caught my attention about Fortnite is if you want to get across some hills, I'm guessing you have to collect some supplies because I wasn't able to do it when I played. You can actually like build like a sort of a slope or stairway to move up and down platforms. So I thought that was really neat. Maybe you guys can give me suggestions because I wasn't able to do it, but I'm sure there's plenty of Let's Plays I could check out to learn how to play Fortnite. So, yeah, if there was a voice chat feature, I'm probably never going to use it because I don't need somebody to tell me to go fuck myself, So anyway, but I'm really glad to hear that Fortnite is coming to Switch. And just to be clear, even though I do want more third-party support on the Switch, keep in mind, I'm not gonna play every single game, every single third-party game that comes to Switch, especially if it doesn't interest me. I mean, I tried Fallout Shelter and I got super confused, and I don't even own LA Noire or NBA 2K18 because those games just don't really pique my interest. And also, I'm not really too hot on sports games, aside from Mario Strikers on the Wii. But yeah, it is good. It is available free on the Nintendo Wii shop right now. Next game that I know is gonna either make a lot of Mario fans really happy or disgruntled ones frown is Super Mario Party. A Mario Party game is coming to Switch. It's pretty much Mario Party as you know. It's kind of like a board game where you have to roll the dice and you're moving spaces, and every now and then you have to play mini games. And in the Nintendo Direct, they showed mini games. Like many of them were kind of like sports games. Like there was like a horseback riding game. There was this tennis game with really big tennis rackets that for some reason I called a giant version of ping pong. There was also this cooking game where you have to cook this cube of meat. There was you have to catch a bunch of cheeps like you're a fisherman, and the part that really struck me, I guess you could say, was there was a part of the trailer where they had two switches like right next to each other, and the course went through on the two screens of the two different switch like you get what I'm saying, that they were able to they were playing this kind of tank game and they were able to go into different parts just by moving, and then they went into the other switch. I'll try to have a photo. Actually, I think I can put a photo of it in this video, but I think you get the idea. Yeah, not exactly my cup of tea, especially since I know my sister Penny has played Mario Party games in the past, and she said they were fun. I've kind of heard in the past they got very mixed to poor reviews, so I'm kind of suspicious. I don't really know if I want to pay full price. Like Super Mario Party is definitely one of those games where it's like, if somebody asked me, hey Bobby, do you want to come play Mario Party? I'll definitely say yes. But would I buy it? Would I spend $60 on it myself? I don't think so. But it does on the surface at least look like fun. But I guess we'll just have to see when reviews come out and when people get their hands on it. Is this a good Mario Party game, or is this an average game like a lot of the entries in the series? So no matter what, comes out October 5th if you want it on Switch. Next game that interested me, Fire Emblem Three Houses, which Fire Emblem is, it's funny. I might have said in the past how I'm not really an RPG person, but I remember playing Fire Emblem Awakening on 3DS. My friend Steven Shin gave it to me for my birthday, and honest to God, until I got stuck, and I got pretty not far in the game, but I played it quite a bit, and it was honestly really addicting, if you will. I'm making it sound like a drug, but it was definitely a lot of fun. And this is coming from somebody who doesn't really play tactical RPGs. I would even go as far as to say, if you're not into tactical RPGs, if they're too hard or you find them intimidating, give Fire Emblem a chance. I mean, play the casual mode. Don't play classic mode where if your character dies, they're dead for good. But in the context of this game, and the interesting thing that people notice is that this time you're not just controlling several characters and making them move and attack one at a time. You're actually basically controlling a whole army, which they didn't really show off how that works. They showed how one character like shot, I think it was like an arrow or a magic spell at this group of archers and it hit them all or something like that. It's definitely not like Fire Emblem Warriors. It's still, tactical Fire Emblem as you probably know it. It's just that what I'm gonna assume is that when you choose an attack, like when your character chooses an attack, it'll combine the force of, like, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a thing where like you can still do 1-on-1 or 2-on-1 or 2-on-2 battles just like in Fire Emblem Awakening. But what you can do now is if you're near your army, you can have the attack, the force of the attack from your soldiers also hit the soldiers of the other characters, and and this is all just coming to mind right now because I know in Fire Emblem Awakening, if two of your characters are right next to each other, it can help boost their attack, like the strength of their attack and so forth. So maybe it's something similar to that. So I'd definitely be very interested in Fire Emblem Three Houses. It comes out 2019, so unfortunately it won't be out in time for Christmas, but I'm sure the time that goes into making this game will make it an even better game. And yeah, I mean, there were other games they showed off during the Nintendo Direct, like they showed the Xenoblade 2 DLC, which I admittedly, I do have the first Xenoblade for the original Wii, but then I got stuck, kind of like, and then when it started getting more complicated, like there's that thing in Xenoblade where you can, when the Monado, that's the sword gets really charged up, you can pick these 3 attacks, and then there's this thing where you can foresee a character getting hurt. When it started getting more complicated, even more so than Fire Emblem, I could just kind of like, yeah, I don't know if I can do this. But it's definitely a game I'd like to try again. Not to go on that tangent with Xenoblade, but they announced the DLC for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. They showed off what else. They kind of just went through really quickly the other games that are coming to Switch. Like there's Monster Hunter World Ultimate, Wolfenstein 2, which unfortunately they just very briefly showed gameplay. They didn't even show off the motion controls, which I'm not going to use the motion controls in Wolfenstein, but since, Nintendo really likes to hammer that in, you would think they would at least show the Wolfenstein trailer that Bethesda showed off at their own conference. And then they, for whatever reason, they showed Sushi Striker, even though you can buy that game right now. And yeah, and then after all these games were announced, then we got to the creme de la creme of the games that were announced today, and that is Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. So they are giving this game like a legit name. They're not just calling it Super Smash Brothers for Nintendo Switch. I mean, I like Super Smash Brothers Wii U. Don't love it. My personal favorite Smash Brothers are Smash on the N64 and Melee on GameCube. But I'm just, first of all, thank you, Masahiro Sakurai, for giving an actual name, not just saying, oh, Super Smash Bros. For Switch, because, yeah, just, no, you gotta give it a unique name. And I have a feeling they called it Ultimate because they just really went into this game, like, pretty much, I would go as far as to say, they didn't leave many stones unturned. They announced that pretty much every character from Smash Brothers games in the past is going to be in this game. I mean, of course, you're going to have Mario, Link, Kirby, Captain Falcon, but they also announced that we're going to see young Link, we're going to see Solid Snake is making a comeback, we're going to see Star Wolf, Roy from Fire Emblem, many, I mean, Jesus Christ, many more characters, and they really put an emphasis on which variants these characters are from. Like, for instance, I thought it was interesting that they showed that Zelda is going to be in the game, but it's not the Breath of the Wild Zelda. It's Zelda from A Link Between Worlds, which I believe that was that 3DS game, which I'm wondering if that's going to generate some kind of a controversy, because I know a lot of people really like the Breath of the Wild version of Zelda, myself included. So I'm hoping that you could at least select her, especially with how they're really emphasizing what games they picked. And then as far as variants go, you're gonna have the option to choose either Bayonetta from the first Bayonetta game when she had really long hair, or the short hair Bayonetta from Bayonetta 2. I mean, what are the characters' names? Now it's and speaking of variants, in terms of Mario, you're gonna be able to play as Mario Maker, Mario, and Cappy from Super Mario Odyssey is gonna be with Mario in this game if you so choose. There's like 8 variants of Animal Crossing villagers and 8 different versions of the Inkling boy and girl from Splatoon that are going to be in this game. There's going to be what they're calling Omega stages, which are basically like simplified versions of stages, which basically, as Ross said in the live stream, it's like the Final Destination versions of the stages where it's super trimmed down. You know, it's not like the really complicated stages like the Gar Plane stage in Smash Brothers Wii U, where you could just keep going down, down, down. It's more standardized, I guess you can say, in that you'll have a few platforms to jump on, but it's much more simplified. If you want more of a traditional sort of Smash experience, you don't want to go super crazy. In terms of, there were lots of new stages, and many stages from past Smash Brothers games. They showed off a new battlefield, a redesigned battlefield. They have a new version of the Jungle Rapid stage from Smash Brothers Melee, you know, with the big waterfall behind it. I'm pretty sure there's going to be the Donkey Kong rap in there. And there's going to be GameCube controllers support, and yeah, I mean, this, yeah, it's really interesting how, absolutely stuffed this Smash Brothers game is. In terms of third-party characters, I should also mention that Ryu's going to be in it, and assist trophies, they're even adding Bomberman in, which, Ross said in the live stream that the designer for Bomberman has passed away, so very sorry to hear that. Please rest in peace. I'm sure the designer's really glad that Bomberman is going to be in the game, and so yeah, this is a really absolutely stuffed kind of Super Smash Brothers, and I guess for me, like, look, like, here's the thing, like, I'm definitely really excited to play this. Like, I'm definitely gonna get this game. In fact, I might even make this like my Christmas present, because my cousins got me the past 2 Smash Brothers home console games, Brawl and Brawl, the Wii U version. I think they got me Melee, because I remember enjoying playing Melee when I got to go visit their house. I mean, I'd definitely be down for that being a Christmas present. The only thing, and Ross was kind of saying it too, although he noticed that, he said that he felt the characters are a bit more balanced, which I'm not really the kind of person that could detect that, because my strategy with Smash, or really any fighting game, is just mash buttons, and I hope I win. And truth be told, I have won a couple 4-player matches against both my cousins and my high school cross-country team using that strategy, so it must work. Although, don't put me in a Smash Brothers Invitational. I know I'll get my ass handed doing that. But, you know, me and Ross were kind of saying in the live stream, the only beef we have with this new Smash Brothers is, and it's coming on December 7th, 2018. And with how, like, you know, they seem to have pretty much everything ready to go, yeah, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it's not going to get delayed. I'm still open to the idea because it is Smash, and Masahiro Sakurai is a really diehard perfectionist, but I wouldn't be surprised if it actually meets that release date. I kind of wish they could have come out with that game, you know, maybe at the end of November, like make it in time for Black Friday, unless Nintendo just doesn't want to be in a PR disaster because oh no, this guy was got trampled at the Best Buy because everyone wanted Smash. Like I kind of joked about that. Maybe that's why they don't want to put it out then, but yeah, but if they need to delay this game, because they need more development time, then I'm definitely down for that. I mean, I want to respect Sakurai's wishes, because he's definitely not the kind of person that just wants to, rehash, slash and burn, and just get the sequel out there to get a quick paycheck. Um, but back to what me and Ross were saying in the live stream is that we didn't really feel like this was that big of a new Smash game, especially, with how much hype there is behind this new Smash. I mean, as Ross said in the live stream, like, this is pretty much if they made Smash into like a games of service kind of thing where you could buy the characters as like microtransactions or loot boxes, which please don't do that, Nintendo. I know some will say, "Oh, Nintendo would never do that." They got into DLC and they're gonna look for ways to make money, so you have to keep your third eye open to be sure they don't do that. But anyway, because many of the changes, like the really noteworthy changes, aren't really the stuff of sequels. Like when I think of a new Smash game, like I think of when we made the jumps from N64 Smash to Melee, and then we went to Melee to Brawl. I mean, Brawl was just a huge magnitude of a new game. I mean, some would say that Brawl's too easy and they don't like the tripping in Brawl, but it's just like with Brawl, it was the first time that you could build stages. You could listen to the soundtracks of these stages. There were whole new characters. It was the first time a Smash Brothers game had third-party characters. It had the Subspace Emissary. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the kind of things I really look for, especially since Smash is one of Nintendo's more sought after franchises. It's not like just another a game they release. This is they only release a new Smash game once in a generation usually, and once per console. So, and with just how high of expectations Sakurai sets himself, like we would have expected a much different Smash this time around, because rather than just it's the just a new Smash just with a ton more characters and little changes here and there. Like I'm glad that they're taking notice of that, but I really would have liked, even as something like if they brought the Subspace Emissary back, or an all new like single player campaign. I mean, granted, I got stuck in Subspace Emissary close to the end, but it was definitely epic. Oh, it was definitely a very adventurous, probably the first time, I, even got like really worried about these characters, kind of like how I watch Star nowadays and I almost get too invested in it, so I would have liked to seen that. And I really don't like, Nintendo's excuse of, oh, if we put a Subspace Emissary and people are going to upload, like with that mindset, they said, then they shouldn't make a new Zelda game, because like, you'll make a new Zelda game. There are awesome games, and there's cutscenes, and people are going to upload them, and they don't care about the whole Nintendo Creators Program or if they get copyright strikes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I honestly think if they put in some really key new features, it could even boost sales of Smash as it is, because people will post gameplay, but the fun of Smash comes from actually playing it and playing in matches, whether it be the CPU or your best friend or your cousin. You know what I'm saying? So I really would have liked to have seen, Nintendo really step it up this time, but instead I feel like it's kind of like when Apple goes from making the iPhone 6 to making the iPhone 6S. Like, this is basically Super Smash Brothers for Wii U, the S version. It's just, now, yeah, we put in a couple touches and it has the biggest roster of Smash characters ever, but as far as a game, it doesn't really break new ground. But regardless, I'm still sure it's going to be a really great game. It looks like a ton of fun, and it is really cool having the ability to play Smash on this new Nintendo console with a big screen and HD visuals. Although I did like, contrary to what Ross says, I did have a lot of fun with Super Smash Bros. For 3DS. If anything, just for being able to play Smash on a Nintendo handheld for the very first time. So yeah, that's really about it. Like, I was honestly beyond shocked when Nintendo said, "Yep, that's it for our E3 presentation. Please stay tuned for our Nintendo Treehouse." Which, by the way, hopefully they are gonna announce new amiibos. Like, they have to make amiibos for characters like Snake, for instance, who hasn't been in a Smash game since before the amiibos were brought out. You know what I'm saying? Or the Ice Climbers, which the Ice Climbers, those are coming back. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention a fan favorite character that's coming is Ridley, the sort of, I guess you could say, the winged dragon character. He kind of looks like a scary version of Charizard. Yeah, he's going to be in Smash as a playable character. In fact, he was one of the first characters they showed during the Nintendo Treehouse, and I thought it was kind of cool. Admittedly, I do kind of wonder, is Ridley just Charizard? And even Ross was saying, yeah, he's pretty much it. I mean, I'm still sure he's going to be a cool character to play. But, yeah, so Ridley is coming in Smash. But as far as the presentation, that was about it, I mean, granted, I only went through, like, the games that really caught my attention, but it's not really that far off from, as far as how many, games they showed, ones that piqued my interest. Now, admittedly, we should never take rumors as Bible, but I remember seeing this list that Dreamcast guy, like I mentioned before, towards the beginning of the video, retweeted. It was a supposedly leaked list of Nintendo games, and it included games like Fallout 3, a new F-Zero, Metroid, Yoshi was supposed to be there. There was also this other one with images of games that are coming to Switch, and to be fair, that one with the images with the logos was I think, at least for the most part, right. I don't know about saying it's right on the money, but it did mention that FIFA 19, Fortnite, Starlink was coming to Switch, and they are also Monster Hunter World Ultimate is coming. So that was right. So I'm guessing that the leaked list was probably either a hoax or maybe like the very first list shown. But yeah, that's kind of what I meant. Even if you put third-party games aside, which, the third party is about as much as you would expect. I mean, I'm still really glad that Wolfenstein 2 is coming out, and as I said in my stream, my sister agreed to buy me that game as my late birthday present, because my birthday was on the 10th, but the game's not coming out until the 29th. But, as far as, like, I would at least like a word on, like, Metroid Prime 4. After I started playing the original Metroid Prime for GameCube, I bought it for Wii U. I honestly had I started really getting into it. The only thing is I don't like, using the Wiimote, to aim. I kind of thought that was a little too much to ask. But I would have been down to even get some word, because remember when they announced Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, they, Nintendo at least said, hey, we're working with Namco Bandai Games, now called Bandai Namco Games, to make sure the game comes out in a timely fashion. I would have liked to at least hear from, like, a developer, hey, we're still, working on this, it's going to be a ton of fun. I mean, even if you don't show gameplay, at least give us an update. And the same with Yoshi, which I really find ironic that, Smash is ready to go, but Yoshi is the big mystery. I mean, if they do show off Yoshi, which I'm going to double check on Nintendo's YouTube channel, they didn't have it on the website, so I'm assuming, because, yes, E3 technically started today, but as far as at least with Nintendo, if you don't see the game you're looking for on their website, it's not going to be shown at E3, so, because that's just how it goes, and especially since they're first-party titles, they're probably not. But yeah, I don't see it, and I didn't see anything for WarioWare Gold either. If you remember the video I did with the games I wanted to see at E3, that were not Smash and Metroid. I said I wanted to see Yoshi, WarioWare, and Wolfenstein, and the most we got was a brief glimpse at Wolfenstein. And this isn't me being, entitled. I'm just saying because, Yoshi and WarioWare, those are confirmed games. They showed WarioWare in a Nintendo Direct, I believe it was earlier this year, and they said that Yoshi was coming last year, and it looks like a lot of fun. So, I mean, I don't think it's a case of that they're putting all their resources into Smash that they can't make games like Yoshi for Switch. I mean, that's probably being developed by Goodfeel, and which was the company that made Yoshi's Woolly World, and while Smash is usually made by HAL Laboratory or Sakurai's company Sora, so yeah, it's just really strange that the most we got was Smash Brothers and a few other games, which, I'm sure games like, Fire Emblem Three Houses, and I am hoping that Super Mario Party is going to be fun, at least better than or just as good as the better Mario Party games. But that was about it, as far as how much fun this E3 could have been. The most we got was Smash, so I don't know. I almost kind of feel like Nintendo really took it too far because there was definitely a lot of hype for Smash, and it was an absolute must that they show Smash. And I am glad they went into this much detail with Smash. The thing is, though, I really wish they would have given us an update on Yoshi and Metroid Prime 4, especially since, even like Reggie Fils-Aimé, the Nintendo of America president, said that he's aware that people have been waiting and waiting and waiting for Metroid. I mean, he also said he knows about Mother 3, which, my stance on Mother 3, I'm definitely down for that game coming to the U.S. I mean, I personally wouldn't play it, but I hate to see when gamers are waiting for years and years and years to play what seems to be a legitimately great game. You know what I'm saying? But I guess that could be a topic for its own video. So, because, yeah, I mean, even though Super Smash Bros. Is definitely one of Nintendo's creme de la creme franchises, it's definitely not the only one that matters. You know what I'm saying? Because if they definitely had space for Super Mario Party, or even like, I would have been down to have them at least show WarioWare Gold and Yoshi in that demo reel. I was talking about a trailer earlier where they were showing Sushi Striker, Monster Hunter, Wolfenstein, and other games. Like, they could have at least put it in there, and I would have been disappointed, but it's much better than getting absolutely no response at all. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm gonna say I liked the Nintendo E3 2018 Direct. It's definitely not one of the best. Probably one of my favorites. Some of my favorite Nintendo E3 conferences are the 2004 one when they showed off the DS, the 2011 one when they showed the 3DS. Even the 2009. I know some people don't like the 2009 one, but there were definitely a lot of exciting games they showed off there, like Wii Sports Resort and New Super Mario Brothers Wii. So while I think this is a good conference, it was really underwhelming in the end. So hopefully Nintendo takes some notes, and next time just don't let Smash go to your head so much. I mean, when Smash for Wii U was coming out, I think it was E3 2014 if I'm correct, where they started off by showing Smash, but they didn't just let it take over the very end of the conference. They still showed off games like Splatoon at that very conference. So so again, I'm definitely looking forward to Smash, but I'm also excited and I know many of you guys are out there excited for Metroid and Yoshi. I just wish Nintendo at least spared a little time, at least saying, hey, they're still in development, or showing them in that demo reel earlier. So, yeah, I mean, that's about it. I'm definitely hyped for the games I've talked about. I just got to go learn how to play Fortnite correctly. So, yeah, this has been Blipping Bobby. I'll be doing a video on more of the third-party games that Nintendo, or at least that are coming to Switch pretty soon. But yeah, again, to those who follow my live stream, thank you for, I guess you could say, putting up with it. Next time, I'll try not to have as much echo. I'll do some tests beforehand. As far as E3 coverage goes, you can expect third-party video. I am going to be meeting up with Gabby. Her friend just got the Nintendo Labo, and I'd like to try it out. So E3 coverage is definitely not stopping here. There's going to be a couple more videos coming regarding E3 as the week goes on. So until then, I will see you guys later, and thank you for watching. And if you have anything you want me to talk about, even if you have suggestions regarding Fortnite or anything regarding Super Smash Brothers, my email will be down below in the description. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all later. Hey guys, this has been a Blood Moon Bobby video. Please like this video or dislike it, and please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.